Good morning and welcome to day 3 on the West Highland Way. Today I'm heading from Inversnaid to Tyndrum. So it's another big day today, it's 19 miles today all in. Last night I stayed at the Inversnaid bunkhouse, which was really good. I highly recommend it. Accommodation was basic but clean and comfortable, which was the main thing. I had a lovely dinner of venison stew. Oh my goodness, it was out of this world. This morning I've made sure to fuel up properly. I've had a good breakfast, I had porridge and toast, so I am good to go. So let's get cracking. So the first few miles this morning, which will take me to the end of Loch Lomond. The path again is quite a bit of a mixed bag. You've got a lot of tree roots like this, you've got some relatively flat sections, but there's also a lot of big boulders to clamber over. There's a ladder to climb. Yeah, so definitely one of those mornings when you have to pay attention, make sure you're looking where you're putting your hands and your feet, choosing your route correctly, just so you're always aware. There's always a few hazards on this bit. So this is Rob Roy's cave, named after the famous Scottish folk hero and outlaw Rob Roy McGregor. If anyone's seen the film from years ago now, he was played by Liam Neeson. So Rob Roy is often compared to people like Robin Hood, because he was always known for his acts of defiance against the ruling authorities. He spent much of his life evading capture from those who were chasing him, and he was a master at navigating Scotland's rugged landscape, and he would use little caves like this to hide when he had to. For any geologists out there, I'm sure you guys would absolutely love this part. It's just made of the most ancient stone. As you can see, it's quite a steep climb down, so just take your time on this part. So I've just paused for a little break. That's been a hard mile or two there. There's a lot of scrambling in this section. And I thought I would tell you all about the Isles of Loch Lomond. So there's actually a total of 22 different islands across the loch, each of varying size. Some are teeny tiny and some are pretty big. I don't know what that one's called, but obviously you can see that there's a little boat there, so I don't know if someone owns that or they've just stopped to camp. I think I can just see a tent. Don't think the car will pick it up, but what a nice place to spend an evening. Billy Connolly famously said he would love to have to be buried here on one of these little islands, so I really couldn't think of a nicer place to be buried. Loch Lomond side is done. Woohoo! I'll tell you one thing, those few miles from Inversnaid to here, which I think, let me just check the watch. Yeah, that's about 3.5 miles it is. That is way harder than the low road section. That is, it's just constant up and down. At least in the low road you've got a few long bits, you can stretch your legs and everything, but that is pretty much just constant climbing boulders, tree roots. Yeah, and even that big ladder, it was fun. Yeah, so glad that's over with. So I think I'm going to sit here for a minute. I'll grab a little snack, enjoy the loch, just get my breath back.
Leave all your possessions, leave behind your clothes, lose your inhibitions, you can't wear them where we'll go. Jump into the water, feel
Welcome to Ardlui Pier. Just the other side of the loch there you can see Ardlui. There's actually a little ferry that shuttles back and forth for all day. So just a little hint, if you're perhaps struggling to get accommodation on this side of the loch, that is an option. There's plenty of B&Bs and chalets and glamping pods over that side. So if you were maybe staying at Riverdene and can't get in at the hotel there, you could get the ferry to Ardlui and back, and then you could walk up to here, or vice versa. Lots of options. So I've reached the very top of Loch Lomond, and just as I'm looking at all these gorgeous big hills and mountains, I've just remembered that I haven't yet told you about Ben Lomond. So Ben Lomond is one of Scotland's most iconic and most popular mountains. The top of it is way beyond that. You can't actually even see the top from down here. So it's a huge mountain. It's 974 metres to the top, or what's that, 3,196 feet. I had to look that up. I'm not that good at conversion. And it's the most southerly of the Munros in Scotland. So any mountain that's over 3,000 feet is called a Munro. So named after Sir Hugh Munro. So he was the first person to produce a list of all of the mountains in Scotland over 3,000 feet. And so they decided to name them after him. So I'm having another brain goblin moment. I'm just about at Ben Glass, and the brain goblins are saying, "Why the hell did you change from 7 to 6 days? If you'd done 7 days, you could be finishing here. You could be sitting with a nice big fat burger and a few pints. Why? Why are you putting yourself through this?" So I'm going to stop here, have a bit of lunch because I'm getting hungry. Might have a wee pint of cider. Tell the goblins to do one and keep going. So I say I'm actually not even halfway. I've only done, my watch has just pinged 8 miles, but it feels like I've been on the path for hours and hours. I suppose the other good thing is once I'm past Ben Glass, there's a lot of long straight sections, so I can really just power on and pick up some time in the last 9 miles. So yeah, I think a cider will cheer me up.
Hey, what do you say? This whole town could be red by the end of the day. If you feel alright, we could throw it and drive. With the radio so loud they can hear us from now. Me and you, nothing to do. These days they come and go. Me and you, nothing to lose. I feel it in my soul. So let's let the good times roll.
Oh, I'm struggling. But I'm still going. I think I've still got another about probably 2.5 hours to get to Tyndrum. At least it's a gorgeous night. Well, night, it's only 5ish. It's lovely. Beautiful breeze. I've just had the tunes on, dancing about. Just keep my spirits up. I've had Kelly sending me songs and Sean sending me love. just to keep me going. Just keep pushing and we'll get there.
Stay a while with your own love. Don't ever stray so far from your own love. For the world is so cold, don't care nothing for your soul. You share with your own love.
Oh, seeing that sign there was a big relief. Oh, a mile and a half to go. Oh, this has been a very, very tough day. I have questioned my choices I don't know how many times today. But it just goes to show, if you just keep on going, you keep pushing, and you just fight against those goblins. The goblins keep coming back, and you can just do it. You just push your body and mind, and you can just keep going. I'm not gonna lie, at some point I thought, oh, why don't I just stop at Crane Larrick and then get the bus up to Tyndrum and then get the bus back in the morning. But I knew I would really regret doing that. And plus, all that does is put extra miles on tomorrow, and tomorrow's another big day. Tomorrow's another 19-mile day, so I would just be cheating myself. I knew I would regret it. So apologies for not filming too much the last couple of hours. I'm on a mission to get to the Tyndrum Inn for dinner before it closes. So hopefully the next photograph you see is a nice plate of Tyndrum chicken. Oh, fingers crossed.